Ah, oh my goodness. Oh man. I hope some people are out there and yeah. We just had technical difficulties, which I'm sure that you're more than used to with us. So hello, comment if you're watching us because yeah, we just had some issues going on. So I'm just going to switch back here quick just to get my phone going here. And we'll go back. Hopefully we didn't miss anybody from, you know, that's me. See, what happened was the iPad would not connect to the internet this morning. And I was trying to set the live up. So then I went on my phone to set up the live. But I assumed... Hello! Finally. I assumed that the streaming would work no matter which device you were on and which device you set it up on. But now I've learned that. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Dagny. Nice of you ladies to be on here watching us. Sorry it took me a little bit to process and get things sorted out. Oh, yay! Look, all the ladies are watching us! Oh, okay, so... how is everybody's cold day today? Is everyone inside watching us, having their warming up stuff? Hello, Lori. Hello, Lara. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, Lori. Who else we got? Hello, Pam. Wow. I hope you guys are going to be excited for this demo because I know I've done hot foiling before, but it's been a long time. And I have a couple new techniques to show you. And a couple new products to show you as well. And I worked on this demo for 3 hours. I got all the kinks out of it this morning. Let me just tell you about that. So I'm just going to reach and I'm going to show you which I know somebody's already commented on, but this is the hot foiling and die set that I'm going to be using. It's from Trinity Stamps. Okay, I think we have a couple left in store. One's already spoken for, so I'm not sure how many more we might have. It might already be gone. So this is the set we're going to be using. There is 4 dies in this set. Right, yep. So it's got 1 hot foiling die, and then the other ones are cutting dies. So, I don't know if we really need to talk too much about what's going on. I feel like this is going to be a long demo, so I think I should just jump into it. Hello, Dorinda. I know we did get those. We got your message. We will put those aside. And Kathy, if we're out, I will order you one because they are beautiful. So, so beautiful. So, and hello, Linda. Hello. Thank you for watching. Well, I can get Elizabeth to go check to see how many we have. They're over on the Christmas wall because I feel like we only have one. And I know Dorinda asked for it earlier. So, if we have more, yeah, okay, so what I could do, Kathy, or one of you ladies, if you're interested, is I could sell you this set. I just opened it this morning and cut it apart, so it hasn't been used that much. So if one of you are willing to take this sort of briefly used set, you can absolutely do that for sure. So I'm going to switch our camera. Right, it's on, okay. And so that I can show you here what's going on. All right, so... I'm going to first show you this cute snowflake. This is the one I did. So this is just the dies. So we use 3 dies, not that one. We use these 3 dies. Can you see if I move? Yeah. So these are the ones that we use to cut this out. So it's cute just even without any hot foiling. It's a super cute snowflake. If I can find this camera. Okay. All right. So that's kind of the premise of what we're going to make today. But we're going to use our hot foiling system first of all. So anybody, is this new? Is hot foiling new to anybody who's done hot foiling before? I'm okay with use one. Okay. Either one of you is fine. Okay, great. Perfect. Awesome. So anybody who has done hot foiling before, let me know. So I've been watching some videos just to make sure that I'm kind of, you know, I've got all my procedures in place and I kind of have the taught kind of a demo to, oops, I forgot magnetic. Okay, because I wanted to be able to give you as many tips and tricks as I possibly could on doing this. So, sorry, I'm just going to play around with the camera here for a minute. Let's do, oops, this one. Oh, man. Okay, That one's on. Oh, sorry, ladies. I'm just trying to play around with this camera a little bit.
I think now if you...
Now just go that
That
one.
one,
There
yes.
we go.
And then-
All right. And then we go this way. And
There
I'm
we
going to put this
go.
one up on my
Can I move it?
face so that you
Oh,
can
you can't
see. Can you see me? How about if I put it over here? All right. Can you see me now?
Yes.
All right. How does that look? There. Then I can actually talk and be, you know, you guys can actually see me. Okay. So the basic premise behind hot foiling, you haven't, but you're looking forward to the demo. Awesome. Okay, so there's basically two systems out there right now. So this one is the Go Press and Foil system, and this is from Couture Creations. I would have to look into this, but I want to say this one's about $150. The other system is the Glimmer Foil system, which is through Spellbinders. It's over $200 for sure. So I wanted to try this one because I thought, well, most people, like, what's the difference? Why would you have to maybe go to a more expensive one? Like, what would be the difference? So I wanted to try this one. Honestly, going through all my demos this morning, I had no issues with this. The trick, the number one trick, is make sure your machine is hot enough. So if you can see on here, I don't know if you can see, but right here, there is a little, it's the power button and a little green light. This is telling you that it's heated up. So it'll start out red and it'll heat the plate up and then it'll go green when it's hot. But what I've discovered is you don't necessarily need to just go ahead and start. I actually let it run through a few cycles of the green to get it nice and nice and nice and hot. And then that way, when you're transferring it to your big shot, it's going to foil very, very well and you won't have any issues. The first time that we did this, and Samantha was here and she had kind of tried it out and she was having lots and lots of trouble. But I think it was that the machine wasn't getting hot enough. And of some of the videos that I've watched regarding hot foiling, that is the number one tip they tell you. Make sure your machine is hot enough. So I'm just going to move these other dies. So I'm using the foil for this machine. Is it okay? So right. Yeah. You can use this one or the Glimmer Machine foil. We have both in stock. This is a 16 feet long roll. So this roll you can see here, and it is $6.95. So you get a ton. Like, can you imagine how many snowflakes you can make out of 16 feet?
A few.
That's a lot. And because of the technique I'm going to show you after this, I wanted to have my foil cut nice and square. Normally I wouldn't care so much about it, but with this technique that I'm going to show you next, I want to have a nice straight edge. So this system is from Spellbinders. It's called the Quick Trim. It comes with two little knives. One is for paper and one's for foil. So I haven't used the paper one yet. I haven't checked that out, but I mean, I'm sure it'd be just as good. So the foil one comes in these little holders, so protect you from that sharp blade. This system is $21.95, and it actually, I was a little bit skeptical, but then when I actually started using it this morning, I was happy with it. So it's got the ruler on the bottom, so you can measure out. And so you never want to have too much foil, right? So what I would normally do is measure my snowflake out, cut it, say 4 inches would be enough. So you just slide it all the way. Okay, you can measure your 4 inches. And then this little thing has grooves that go all the way through so that when you run your knife, it'll cut in your foil where you want it to cut. So, and it's a little bit sticky, just like clingy. I guess I shouldn't say sticky, but it's a little bit clingy. There's a groove on the bottom of this that just kind of hooks on the side of your mat. And so then when you're ready, you just run your little knife through the groove and you cut the foil, okay? So that's all I'm going to be doing, I think, with this. I might need it again, but I think that's kind of all I'll be doing, but we'll see. So you have your foil, and then you need a piece of cardstock. So I'm just going to use a little piece because I'm going to make a blue snowflake. So I'm just going to show you this. Okay, so then the next step is once this is hot, and this has now probably gone through about 3, I wonder if we can move this over. Oh, probably not unless we're in that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all right. I'll move this a little tiny bit. So, next couple things. I just have to stand up, sorry. Sorry, ladies. I'll move this back over here so that you can kind of see the process, all right? Is that good? Does that look okay? All right, so now the next thing is you need the Big Shot ready because all this hot foiling works with the Big Shot, okay? So you need your Big Shot ready. Now this comes with like a kind of a cutting plate on the top of it, if you can see. So it's hinged, right? You can see that hinged. But when I did it through the Big Shot, it wasn't quite tight enough on there. So what I did was I just made my own shim. I used 4 just sheets of regular cardstock and I just taped them together so I have a nice shim. And everything I've done this morning, this is what I've used and I haven't had any troubles with it, okay? So when you're ready, now my light's flashing red again, but honestly, because this is such a thin, small die, I think that we were probably hot enough. So very careful because it's very hot. Lift this, put your foil pretty side down, okay? So that's one good quick reference, always pretty side down, okay? Lay your cardstock, which I could have used a bigger piece of cardstock, but I decided to challenge myself, of course, so I hope this is gonna be on here. All right, close this. And so a difference between this machine and the other one doesn't have this piece attached to it. And honestly, since I've been using this, I feel like I actually like it having this clipped on there. So from the machine, straight into the Big Shot, okay? Where are we seeing the Big Shot? Oh yeah, there we go. That looks weird. Oh, it's coming from up here, okay. Yes. So, second tip. So after you've got your machine nice and hot and you're rolling it through your Big Shot, go slow. It's not a race to go through your Big Shot as fast as you can, okay? Go slow with it. Oops, I'll move this up. Actually, that's what I wanted to do. So go slow, and I do at least 3 passes, okay? So I've done 2. I'm gonna do 1 more. So go slow. It's not a rush, like I said, and that nice, slow, even pressure will really help to attach that foil to your cardstock, okay? Now, when I'm done rolling it through, and you've got your fingers crossed, crossing fingers, what you do is you take this whole plate out, and then I immediately, again, redock it, because you're usually going to be doing more than one hot foiling, right? Okay, so this is fine. It's fine if it sticks there. That's fine, no problem. Oh, look at that. It came right off anyway. It came right off. So look. There we go. See if I can tip it so you can see the sheen. All right, so there is our foiled snowflake. Now, okay, I'm gonna be done with this. I'll continue on with this snowflake in just a minute, but I wanna be done with it for a moment. So, now, I'm gonna move this out the way. So now you have this. Like that is a lot of foil for that tiny, tiny little snowflake, right? So what I'm going to do, where do I have mine set up here? I actually have one from earlier where I actually got the snowflake a little straighter. So we're going to actually use this. I'm going to show you a new technique on how to use the leftover piece. So I'm going to get my die, my foil die off of there. Sorry if I'm kind of moving. Oh, I don't like that it's magnet on there. Sorry if I'm moving around a little bit. I have to just kind of reach things. Okay, so new plate's going on here, and we're going to let that warm up for a little bit. So, next step would probably be you would want to cut the snowflake out. And at first, I thought, oh man, you're never going to be able to do that. And it is tricky. I'm not going to lie to you. It is a little bit tricky. And I contemplated, you know, should I cut this little piece out and then try to foil it, or what should I do? How should I handle this? Trust me, it's tricky, but I think I figured it out. So regular cutting pads, right? Just your base and your 2 cutting pads, just like anything else. So my trick was, and this is, you're going to need either a magnifying glass or your glasses on for this. So, you know these little tiny holes that are in your dies, right? These little tiny holes for when you cut and then you need to punch it out. So, this is the chaos. When you put your die over top of your foiling, you can look in those little tiny holes and you can see the line of the foiling in there so that you can line it up. And honestly, like seriously, that is what I did. I looked in those little holes and I found where it sat and I lined it up. That is honestly what I did because I don't know how else to line it up, and it's such a fine line that, can I get you to rip me off a piece of this tape, please, Elizabeth? That I didn't know how else to line it up but doing this. Oh, and I'm off the camera, sorry. So, still off the camera. I just don't want to wreck my foil underneath. Okay, well that's okay. Now I move this.
Do you want me to tilt this a little?
Maybe you, I don't know if you can. Okay, let's tape it and then I'll show them.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, it doesn't tilt very easily. Sorry for being off the camera there, ladies. So I've lined it up and then I'm just gonna tape it down. So I just looked through there and it's not that hard to actually see that little thin line come across there. It actually isn't. I was quite surprised and I was very, very grateful that they had those lines in there to be able to cut this out. Okay, so I know I'm off camera here. What about if I do it this way? Okay, let's just move this for a minute till I get back to that. I know I'm a little scatterbrained today, sorry. Okay, so I tape it down because I'm not trusting anything when I'm trying to cut out something that precise. So I tape it down. I'm just using green painter's tape because, well, first of all, this morning I couldn't find my pixie tape or my green and purple tape, so I just started to use this. So, the other thing I've been doing, and I don't know if any of you have this, is I have this metal shim. I think we have some in store here. Since I started using this, I use it now all the time. Anytime I'm cutting anything, I use this metal shim. It seems like, for the Big Shot at least, it's the perfect size for cutting dies, and it gives you that extra pressure that just makes sure, and it'll bend, right? It'll bend and warp, but then I just lay it down the other way and run it back through. So you don't have to worry about it wrecking your shim. It's totally fine. It's just like the cutting plates, okay? I crossed my fingers last time, but I really should have been crossing my fingers this time. Now remember that I'm doing this on the demo, so you know how things always go when you do it on the demo. All right, I'm gonna start by peeling this tape off. Make sure that I'm on the camera this time. And I mean, the only reason I don't like this tape is because it's too sticky. You see how it's ripping my cardstock? Is everybody okay? Is anybody asking any questions?
I haven't seen any questions yet.
All right. So just tell me if I'm going too fast, or if you have any questions, just let me know, okay? All right, take this out. Oh, looks like I might have done a good job. I'm hiding that. I'm hiding it first. Okay, so back before hot foiling, when you thought all these little hole punches were a pain in the butt, when you do this, okay, you ladies ready for the reveal? Dun da da da! Oh, look at that. Look at, I got it perfect. Holy! So it's not easy to get the glare or the little shimmer from it, but
it's there.
It is there for sure. It is there. So yeah, then you could take your other pieces of your die and you could cut the other pieces out. Now I have one here that I did with all the other dies, this pink one. So you can see the difference. I mean, this is blue and pink, but you can see the difference, what that foiling makes versus a plain snowflake. I mean, the plain snowflake's beautiful, but the foiling's really nice as well. So now I have a couple more things that I want to show you before I continue on with that snowflake. Okay, so we're back to this. This is a solid foil hot plate. Yep, that's exactly what it's called. Solid hot plate. It's from Pinkfresh Studios. I think actually now Spellbinders, Altenew, there's a few other companies that are bringing these in. Pinkfresh was the first to do it. So I'm going with them, and it's $30.95. But once you see the magic from this, you're going to be in awe. All right, where did my
Can you foil with regular dies?
You can foil with regular dies. Absolutely, you can. You just have to remember, for one, that they are meant... Where did that other piece of foil go? That one that was on here. Oh, is that it? I didn't think this was it.
Pretty sure it is.
That's a crooked one. Oh, it's right here.
Oh, I was wrong.
Okay, so you just have to remember that the line is finer. Of course, this one is meant to be fine, but that's about what your regular dies would give you. It would be a very, very, very fine line of foil, but yes, you can. And then you also have to adjust your pressure because, of course, you don't want your die to then cut through. You just want to use it for foiling. Okay, I'm just going to trim this one down. This is from my demo this morning, and I'm just going to trim it down because I want it to be a nice square. So, oops, it's a little bit crooked. And this is just one I'm trying to be picky on because I just have this special technique to show you guys, and I'm trying to actually be professional and care about my lines and things. Okay, so now we have a fairly nice square snowflake, and you know, honestly, that'd be a lot to have to throw that away because that is a lot of foil there. So what are we going to use? We're going to use this one. I think we're going to use this. Okay, so first what we're going to do, you can see this online or on the screen. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to put this foil flat down. Remember, pretty side down always when you're dealing with foil, okay? Then we're going to put our cardstock on top. Now I'm going to be cutting on this, so I'm not as concerned about getting everything in the right order or anything like that. So, yeah. All right. So now again, back to our Big Shot, our die cutting machine. See if I can actually put this in so that you guys can see what's going on here. You don't need to see maybe the Big Shot so much as the reveal, right? Okay, so directly over, get your shims, put them in there. I'll turn my other shim this way so we can kind of see. All right, very, very slow. So when it's a big surface like the one I'm just heating up, it's more important even to make sure it's nice and hot and to go slow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Rhonda asks how much of the metal shim is.
Do you want to go run over to the wall and just see if we have any? Like over on the tool wall in the corner where the other Big Shot materials and things are, there might be, I'm not sure if we do have any, but I can find out for you, Rhonda, because I'm telling you, that metal shim has changed. Like I use it now for everything and it's so easy. It gives you that exact kind of pressure.
We've got two different ones. One's $27.95. Do you want me to show?
Oh, so this is actually the one that goes with this machine. So that you maybe don't need this cardstock shim like I'm doing. This one actually goes with this metal. Okay, and so the other one.
And
okay.
Tailored Expressions one is.
And then the Tailored Expressions one we have. So we do have a couple of them. One's 23 and one's 24. Now I forgot which
27.
way. Sorry. One's 23 and one's 27. I forgot which way I was going now. That's okay. Okay, Lori, you think that was cute? You just wait until you see this. Now I just hope that I've gone through enough. All right. Move the Big Shot. Redock this. If you get in the habit of redocking this, then it just continues to heat up. And as soon as you redock it, the light starts flashing red. And then once it's heated up, it'll go back to green. But it'll just keep recycling and doing that. Okay, now I don't want... See if this can go like this. Okay. I'm gonna wait. I gotta wait for the reveal. Okay, ready to see what you can do? Elizabeth's in awe. All right, look. That's on there. That's on there. There's nothing like it's on there. That is what you do with all the extra foil, is you can do this. So now what I would do with this is, and this demo is going to go over because I still have 2 more things to show you that I haven't showed you yet. And And I'm so excited because, like I said, I spent 3 hours doing this, so I want to show you guys everything I can show you. Okay, I need more tape. Did I scrunch up my other tape? All right, so can't see that. Hey, let's move this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to take my outline die and I'm going to cut out this snowflake out of here. So then you're going to have, now you could just leave this the way it was. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave that one. I have another one here that I did this morning that I'm going to cut out of instead. And then I'm going to leave that other one. Okay, so we're lining it up. Just eyeball line it up, okay? And I'm going to show you what it looks like when you get this cut out. Now, you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to cut this out because this would be beautiful if you even moved it down a little bit, like if I would have paid more attention, right, and took care. You could move this down and then you could have this as a card, even like that, even along the top like that. I think it would be okay for a card panel. Like, I think that's beautiful. And another difference between these two machines is that, so this is the Go Press and foil that I'm using, okay? It puts everything on there, like there's nothing left. With the other, the Glimmer foil machine, when you do this technique, there's actually a plastic piece that you're left with. So this is no waste at all. Not even a plastic piece that you have to throw away. So that is something I really, really like. And I wasn't expecting it. So I was quite surprised when that happened and I had absolutely no waste. And I'm going to show you how I found it out. So on here, all right, oops, so we have this. I got a gentle. Oops, it's lifting up on here. This is because this was an old one and I did it wrong. But I just want to show you. So what I did this morning was I had tape on here to hold it down because I was kind of like making a shim. And then it burnt the tape right into that because I expected that there would be a clear plastic piece on there. I wasn't expecting that it would just melt the whole entire thing in there. Okay, so note, do not put this tape on here. It'll be good. All right, so now look at that. Ta-da! Isn't that amazing? And I mean, I'm using brown foil because that's what we have, but could you imagine if you did like iridescent foil or silver foil or something like that? And then you take it and you put it on your card and you pop it up.
And the camera doesn't even capture how like shiny it is.
Oh, there we go. Here, I'll tip it so that people can see how shimmery and gorgeous it is. It seems like it works better this way. There we go. Look at that. Shimmer, shimmer, and shine. It's beautiful. Okay, so that's just two. Okay, so the other one I wanted to show you quick. Just gonna make a mess here. So two things on this card I did. So the first thing I wanted to show you is that I did an overlay on this blue snowflake. Maybe I can show you down here. See if this is better. Can you see that?
Up a little bit. There we go.
So you see how it's kind of shiny, right? So I did an overlay for this blue snowflake and I did it out of acetate. So I foiled the acetate first and then I put it on top of this snowflake. Oops, where's my camera here? Where's my finger? Oh, which finger am I at? Oh yeah. So you can see that it lifts up. So this is an acetate overlay that I did because I just wanted something different. So I foiled the acetate and put it over top. And I'm going to tell you this, in the middle, I'm going to see if I can get you right in the middle. I used glue to glue this down and you cannot even see the glue. It is amazing glue. I was worried about gluing down acetate, but it worked perfect. You can't even tell that there is glue on there. So, special acetate. You need stuff that's able to be heat embossed or have heat on it because otherwise it's going to shrink and curl. So you need to have special heat embossed acetate. And that is what you get, a beautiful, beautiful little shimmery snowflake.
Yeah, Dagny just asked. It doesn't melt the acetate.
Nope,
which-
it does
yes.
not. Okay, and now one more thing. I'm just finishing off a card here that I started, so I'm just going to show you this quick. Taking my bits of score tape off. Now watch this. So again, no waste on your foil. Do I have scissors? I thought I brought scissors. Sorry.
So,
All right, so now I'm just going to trim this off the edge. All right, so now you've got this little stripe. I'm going to put my snowflake on top of there, and look at that nice little card you have. And again, you're using the little strips of pieces that you've cut off. So again, you're not wasting anything, and it just sticks down with the score tape just good. All right. All right, then I'm going to show you this pink card that I did using the foiling right on the cardstock and all the layers. Super cute, so you can see the difference between the two snowflakes, one with the foiling and one without. Right? I'm actually going to take this other camera off and just go back to this. Yeah, there we go. So you're better at that than I even am. So there, you can see the difference. One last thing. Oh, actually two. Okay, so I also foiled vellum. Okay, so I don't know, it didn't show up as shiny on vellum, and I think partly is because it's, oh, there we go. Look at that. Such a fine line, it's hard to get that foil. So then I took the outside die and I just cut out the outside of the snowflake again, just like I did before. So I didn't know, like I thought, well, you could do like this and put another one underneath, or we could put alcohol ink on the back and have that. So I'm going to do that in a second, but I want you to know that you can hot foil acetate, you can hot foil vellum, you know, you have other options than just cardstock, right? This one, what I did was very, very tricky and it didn't turn out very good. But what I did was I took this piece of the foil that I had left over. So after I just ran it through once, and then I cut it out with the die. And then I used the full plate and I put it on the paper, but it shifted and the foil kind of pulled a bit because I think the die, it just didn't seem to cut through it all the way. So you can do that as well, but it maybe doesn't work out as spectacularly as what you would hope it would. So just so that you know that there is a few other options. So all I'm going to do really quick as my last thing, I'm sorry that I'm keeping you guys so long, is I'm just going to put some alcohol ink on here and we're going to see how that looks, okay? I'm going to shut my machine off. So any other questions about the hot foiling at all? Does anybody have any other questions? Is there any comments about this die set or the cards that you can make? I think it is totally cute. I'm going to put the cards here so you ladies can see. I'm just going to add some alcohol ink to this back of this vellum really quick because I want to be able to see what it's going to look like. With the spotted snowflake. And you could do this with your acetate as well. I didn't just because I had another thought in mind, but you totally could do this with your acetate as well. You could put alcohol ink on it, right? So the only thing you have to be careful of with hot foiling is that whatever substrate you're using, that it will not melt when you put it on the heat. Like I was actually going to try it with some shrink plastic, but then I was like, nope, as soon as I put it on that, it's going to shrink. So that's not going to work out very good. However, I'm sure that there's some way that you can do that to make it work. Look at that. Now you've got an alcohol inked glimmery vellum snowflake. And if we put it, say, against a pink background.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. It looks like watercolor.
Yes.
I love that.
So look at that. Then you could have another beautiful card. So you could just sit and do a bunch of hot foiling, and then you could make a whole variety of cards. Different, all different. So that's it. I think that's it for today. I'm going to switch us back so we can see our beautiful faces. So, how was that? Did everybody like that? If you have a metal plate, we have 2 metal plates, so we can put one aside for you, Kathy, if you would
And
like.
we have more. We just have 2 different kinds.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So we just have the 2 different kinds, but if you don't have the hot foil machine, I'll just give you the Tailored Expressions one because I think it'll work just the same. And I know it's probably actually perfect. I should have told you that yesterday because you sometimes have issues with your Big Shot, and I'm telling you, since I started using that metal plate, I always use it now. It's so much easier than trying to find a piece of cardstock, and how many pieces, like that foil plate or that metal plate just seems amazing. And yes, I love this full one from this plate from Pink Fresh is a game changer, let me tell you. So anything up to that size, which is about a 4x6, you can just do a solid foil piece like that. It's amazing. And honestly, this is the first time I've played with it, this big full foil sheet or foil plate. So I'm pleasantly happy with how it turned out. And I'm definitely pleasantly happy that you can put it on here and not have that plastic piece. That's really good. I was quite surprised because the demo that I watched, they were using the Glimmer system, and she had then this piece of foil, or this piece of plastic that once all the foil was off of it, she was left with this plastic sheet. And I'm like, well, that's not really great.
Wasteful, yeah.
Yeah, and this just goes right on there. So I was thrilled with that. So yeah, I guess that's about it. I know it was kind of rushed, and I talked a lot, but I mean, you know, I always talk a lot. That's just how it goes. So we'll try to catch up with everybody that wanted everything. We've got, I think, everybody's names in for the draw. And don't forget the craft along at the end of the month is going to be with Samantha, and she's making that cute gift box. So you only need 1 sheet of cardstock, you need scissors, and you need a scoreboard. And that's all you'll need. So make sure you tune in for that on the last of the month. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Sorry I took you over, but it was great, and I'm excited, and I'm going to have some beautiful cards now. So let us know if you have any more questions on the hot foil system at all. I just ordered a few more dies, and so we'll have some more in stock. I don't have the machine in stock, but put it out there. Christmas is coming. It might be a great Christmas idea.